What up, party people? In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about something that I love oh so very much, and that's wacky words. You know, typography, lettering. Oh, it's so much fun. But first, I have to thank you all because, oh my gosh, you guys have given me one of my favorite mornings ever. The day after I posted my poster vid, I woke up to all these new followers and I was like, huh? And then when I checked my channel, I was like, huh? And it just kept going. You guys are so incredibly sweet. I couldn't stop smiling while reading your comments, so thank you so much for that. I really didn't think my video would get this much attention. It's really exciting to see, and also a little bit overwhelming because I was just a little art goblin chilling in my little art cave, and now I have all these eyes on me and people depending on me to make more videos, and that's great! On another note, I was really surprised to see that a lot of you are designing posters for school, for work, or for yourself, so I'm really happy that I was able to help you guys out. And it's what inspired me to make this video sooner rather than later. So without further ado, this is Wacky Words 101. So in this tutorial, forget about making your words all lined up and neat looking. What are you, a square? I want you to take your ruler and throw it out the window because here on this channel, we're all about having fun. We're all about clowning. By the end of this video, your straight-laced lettering is going to become little goofy rascal lettering. All right, settle down now. So here's the deal. You're gonna start by writing your name because everyone's got one of those, right? Of course, I'll be doing it with you as well, so, let's write our names together. Oh, and I'm gonna be switching between Willie and Sophia so we have more variety. Okay, so write your name and then write over it again. Now do it again. Filling in the spaces, adding a little bit of definition. Dude, check it out. You already made it a little bit thicker. And guess what? You can do this with good old-fashioned paper and pencil too. So I don't want to hear no complaints of, no, sorry, can't. I don't have a tablet. I don't have an iPad. My guy, I'm pretty sure you have a pencil and paper in your house. And if you don't, just scrawl in your homework or paper at school. If you get in trouble, which has definitely never happened to me before, blame it on me. Just be like, sorry teach, no can do. This super cool artist told me that if I want to learn wacky lettering, I gotta do this. Your teacher will totally understand, don't worry about it. Okay, now add some dashes to each point. Whoa, check it out! We're only like 5 seconds into this and you already made up your own typography? You're such a rock star. Next step is to show it off to all your goth friends, because they live for that shit. No, but seriously, let's go through some tips you can use to organize your words better. I'm gonna go by this technical stuff a little fast because I want to get to the fun part. But don't worry, because I put this all into a PDF you can download, but more on that later. First off, writing an outline of your word and using it as a guide, then drawing over it. I know you guys think I'm a freaking wacky words beast who doesn't need a guide, and I thought so too, but I was totally wrong. Definitely need a guide when doing really illustrative letters like these. Also, I know you're probably like, but I can't draw like you can. My letters aren't that sick. How can you just do that, brother? You think I just hopped out the womb with a pencil and clutch? I can do this because I've spent hours and hours drawing in my little art cave. And if you do the same thing, I'm sure you'll get there. We can both be art goblins together. Once you start practicing, you'll really have an eye for this stuff. You're gonna become such a lettering legend, you'll probably surpass me, and I will gladly bask in your glory. Anyways, so you have a guideline for your word. If you struggle with keeping your word straight, draw a line under it, then write your word on top or right on the line. Or if you want it to go in a curve, draw a curve or a swoop, do it vertical, whatever you'd like. Pretty straightforward, yes? Now, doing it this way is good, but what I like to do is work with boxes. So what I just showed you, but with boxes. Because this way, I'm able to control the size of my words more. They can start small, then end big, vice versa, or start big, then go small in the middle, then big again. You can warp it however you'd like. By laying down a box, I'm saying, okay, this is the direction I want my words to go in, and this is the space that I want them to occupy. Great, so we have the direction and placement down. Now let's talk about how you can manipulate your letters to fill that space. It's all about manipulating the different parts of your letters. You know when you have to draw a sign and you end up squishing the words together at the end? Well, this will help that. Watch. So I'm drawing my letters all the same size, and oh no, I ran out of room, gotta go back and erase. Darn. Instead of doing that and writing my whole word smaller, let's wackify it just a little bit by playing with just the size of the letters first. So let's keep every letter the same except for the I and the O. Let's shrink them. Way better, and it looks slightly more toony, right? Which is what we're here for. Now, let's forget about the box for a second so I can show you what I mean by adjusting the parts of a letter. Not the size, the parts. Let's make the top curve of the S bigger. We'll widen O's hole. Elongate F's second bar, make I's lower half wider, and let's give my A big ol' belly. Way more fun and janky, right? Now let's use both of these guys. Let's say you have the opposite problem now. You have leftover space. We'll keep W and I as they are, but make this L big, this L small, and make Y's top curve longer. Boom, it fits. And did you notice that I also played around with the placement of the letters? I made the second L a little higher than the rest. Placing some letters a little lower or higher really helps with making them look more fun and janky. And as you just witnessed, helps to make more room since we made the L small to fit in the Y. It really all comes down to manipulating these three aspects. The proportions of your letters, so thin, thick, tall, and small. The placement of your letters, so lower, higher, far, and close. And the space of your box. If you're a big fan of having your letters close together, like I am, then try to manipulate the three aspects to fill space. If you're a fan of having your letters far apart, manipulate the three, but leave space. You can also do both, cause why not? You can totally have your letters floating around. They're little goofy rascals, remember? And before we move on, I want to remind you that making adjustments to your typography is totally normal. I'm sure you've realized every letter is different. I make adjustments to my words all the time, so as everyone that's ever worked in typography, I'm sure. So try not to beat yourself up if you have to tweak a couple of things. Like I said, if you spend enough time practicing, your artist eye will develop in no time. And guys, if I'm going a little too fast, don't worry about it. I'm sure I'll be making way more poster videos so you can see my process and how exactly all of this comes into play. Alright. Technical stuff is out of the way, now let's really party. So how do I give my words personality? How do I get inspired, and what the heck do I write? My good man, words, lettering, typography, fonts, it's all around you. How can you not be inspired? But you know what? Why don't we really get into this? Let me show you a few things that have made me the wacky word connoisseur that I am today. Park it right on next to me, Sonny Jim. A lot of my lettering inspiration and inspiration for my art in general are cartoons from the 60s and 70s, one of them being Schoolhouse Rock. If you don't know what Schoolhouse Rock is, that's okay, I'll tell you! Schoolhouse Rock is a series of short animated educational music videos. You know the 3 is a magic number song? Well, that's where it's originally from, and it was actually the very first episode. Just a little fun fact for you there. Oh, yes, okay, I recently happened upon this whole playlist that's just a bunch of trippy commercials from the 60s, 70s, and 80s loaded with fantastic typography. And another thing that I came across is this one Pink Panther episode called Psychedelic Pink. Oof, guys, it's so good. Definitely going to be studying it and trying out all the tasty typography. So go and watch them, get inspired. Even if you're not an artist, it's always fun watching cool videos. Watch them with your friends while, eating spinach. If you watch any of these videos, you're gonna be like, oh, yeah, I totally get it now. That's why her art is like that. I've linked everything down below. I picked the Schoolhouse Rock videos that have lots of lettering, along with some of the classics like Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. It's very important for your cartoon education. Alright, now let me address one of your other questions. What do I write? Dude, just take a line or a word out of a song, a poem, a quote, anything, and write it over and over again in different styles. What does the word blood look like to you? Is it spiky? Is it oozy? Give it texture. Try drawing hairy words, slimy words, bumpy words. Have your letters fully encapsulate the meaning of your word. For example, cheese, mushroom, ecstatic, glowing, cute. So much fun! Writing fun lettering is also good for taking up space when you don't know what else to put in a piece, and helps you get away with not drawing a background. I've been doing this recently with my characters, and I feel that it adds a little something, a little zhush, as they say. If you're writing song lyrics, have it reflect the mood of the song. As you just witnessed, fun lettering can add a lot of personality. For instance, this little doodle of George Harrison I did. Right now it's, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. But if I change it to this, it's, here comes the sun, da-da-da-da. There's endless possibilities and fun things to try when it comes to wackifying your words, like playing with the holes of your words. Change your word holes to circles, hearts, triangles, stars, flowers, teardrops, X's. It's so much! You can also make your words out of all these things. Go ahead and try making a word out of just circles or stars. It's a great way to start. Or write your words inside circles and stars. There's just so much you could do. It's overwhelming! Okay, well, everything I just mentioned is in a PDF you can download on Etsy. The 3 lettering aspects, making your words out of things. There's a whole page of wacky lettering for you to try out and give you ideas. It's all simple hand-drawn notes, and to top it off, I've included some of the poster formats I mentioned in my poster video. Posters and lettering pretty much go hand in hand, so I thought it'd be helpful to have it all in one place. And it only costs $3. I noticed I got a lot of young artists following me, and after reading that a lot of you are making posters for school, I wanted to make it easily accessible and cheap. I'm here for the aspiring artists of the future. I mean, I know I didn't have money in high school, and I still don't. Of course, I didn't just do this for young artists, though. I'm sure there's many of you that are in the same boat as me, so saving a couple of bucks is always appreciated. Another thing you could do if you're not able to scrounge up some of that cheddar is ask someone in your friend group to get it for you. Then they can print out copies for everyone and you can pay them back later, right? Oh my gosh, little lettering and poster hangouts? Everyone after school or during lunch drawing cute little posters and designing goofy wacky words? If you guys do that, please tag me, cause that'd be so sweet. If you're not in school at all, it doesn't matter, tag me anyways. Tell me how it goes in your stories or in the comments, wherever. And wait, actually, before I leave all of you to create insanely wacky words, I have a question. What's your favorite letters to draw, and what's your least favorite? My favorite letters are S and W, and my least favorite are N, G, and T. I used to not like S, believe it or not, but, she's grown on me. Yeah, let me know so my eyes can gobble up your cool, wacky words. Until next time, Ragers. Peace!